Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name is Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Beginning with developments in the search for the shooter who gunned down the CEO of UnitedHealthcare on a busy New York street. Police calling it a brazen, targeted attack, but the motive is still unclear. Lee Waldman has more.
Scary moments in Midtown Manhattan Wednesday morning. Brian Thompson, the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, shot and killed on his way to the company's annual investor conference. Investigators say the shooter fired several rounds, hitting Thompson in the back and leg.
Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target.
The shooter ran from the scene, then grabbed an electric bike heading into Central Park. Doctors pronounced Thompson dead at Mount Sinai West Hospital.
We've been in touch with his family, his friends, and his colleagues, and they are very much in our thoughts and prayers at this hour.
Detectives are reviewing area video and digging into a cell phone recovered near the scene as they search for a motive.
Every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
This all happened just blocks away from Rockefeller Center, where the Christmas tree lighting is set to take place tonight.
We really don't know what it was about, but shocked that somebody would be killed in broad daylight in New York. That's really quite shocking.
Police say the city is still safe and the lighting will go on as planned.
This is a terrible event, but we're going to go on and people are going to enjoy the tree lighting tonight.
In New York City, I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
Closer to home, authorities say an organized Romanian jewelry theft ring may have recently victimized a store in central Nebraska. An arrest warrant has been issued in Hamilton County for 54-year-old Anita Rostas. She's accused of stealing a ring worth over $5,500 from the Ashley Brook jewelry store in Aurora back in August. Rostas was eventually identified thanks to a response to a social media post by the owner of the store. Authorities say Rostas is one of a group of individuals wanted by the FBI for targeting jewelry stores all over the country. She's still at large. Authorities have said her last known whereabouts was Texas as recently as last month. To politics, where Nebraska lawmaker has been appointed to an elevated position of influence to champion conservative values in Washington, D.C. District 1 Representative Mike Flood elected vice chair of the Republican Main Street Caucus this week. It's a group of more than 75 Republican Congress members identifying as a group that's committed to implementing pro-growth policies for small business owners, fostering economic and individual prosperity, and delivering results for the American people.
Well, it gives Nebraska essentially a seat at the table. I'm essentially speaking for 80 plus other like-minded governing Republicans that want to see America thrive and succeed together with the Trump administration.
Flood will be serving alongside RMSC Chair Dusty Johnson of South Dakota. The Norfolk native said the upcoming congressional session provides a significant opportunity for conservatives.
We're in a situation with trifecta government. Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. And with that comes a lot of responsibility. The Main Street Caucus is going to have a seat at the table to talk about what our priorities should be.
The 119th Congress will begin on January 3rd. Mike Flood is the founder and owner of Flood Communications and News Channel Nebraska. Well, people needing cancer care in central Nebraska now have another option close to home. Michael Shively gives us the first look at the new facility in Kearney.
This is a state-of-the-art cancer center near a soon-to-open medical school. It's hailed as a world-class facility offering research and cutting-edge treatments. It's in the middle of rural Nebraska, and it all started from humble beginnings.
Just one thing led to another. I wasn't thinking about doing anything like that, but as we just talked, I'm like, what are the possibilities? I mean, just endless.
Dr. Cynthia Lewis opened Heartland Hematology and Oncology in Kearney in 2000. Her practice joined Nebraska Medicine 3 years ago. Now this month, the Fred and Pamela Buffett Cancer Center Kearney will open to patients and the public.
Beyond my wildest imagination, actually, but I would have never thought this 3 years ago, ever.
The new cancer center is a $52 million project spanning more than 53,000 square feet. It will offer medical oncology like Lewis's previous operation and is adding radiation oncology.
So we use our lasers to line up to specific points on the patient.
Cancer patient Judy Borden says having both specialties in the same place will save time and stress.
To have everything under in one building, like both the chemo and the radiation, because like my radiation is outsourced, and so it'll be so nice to have it all here.
But the biggest convenience is the location. Eliminate her 3-hour trips to Nebraska Medicine in Omaha and replace them with a 30-minute journey to Kearney.
Plus any treatment that you do during the day. Usually it's not an overnight stay, so you can be home in your own home and your own bed.
The building will triple the number of patients the doctors can see. It includes a resource room with wigs, hats, scarves, and a gift shop, an enlarged infusion space, and a healing garden. A cancer center exceeding even its founders' dreams.
It's just nice to be able to have my thoughts and my hopes for cancer care in Nebraska or in central Nebraska actually come to life.
In Kearney, Michael Shively, News Channel, Nebraska.
Norfolk Salvation Army officially cut the ribbon on its new location on Wednesday. The old Salvation Army building was long overdue for improvements and a new home. Because of limited space for a number of reasons, they sold their old building at 7th and Königstein and purchased Norfolk's old post office, a space boasting 26,000 square feet. Salvation Army officials said they look forward to sharing their new space with the city of Norfolk and its surrounding communities. The lights are back on and class is back in session at UNO after a power outage shut down campus Wednesday. University officials said Thursday the Dodge Street campus is back open. Officials with UNO say an electrical fuse providing power to the campus failed due to a damaged cable, causing widespread outages. Classes and campus events were both canceled on Wednesday. The memorial in the Sandhills that honors veterans from across Nebraska is expanding. Casey Wannenberg takes us to the Veteran Memorial Park in Gordon.
So we want to get it down to as smooth as we can.
Emil American Horse has been an artist for most of his life.
A gateway, like just to get away.
But he's never had a project quite like this.
Quite an honor to be part of it.
Emil and his daughter Aaliyah,
getting to spend quality time with my dad,
have been tasked with transforming this massive eagle statue, which used to sit at Chadron State College.
An eagle is a very detailed creature,
into a centerpiece for Gordon's Veteran Memorial Park.
Everyone could see it coming into town and leaving town.
The growing park sits along Highway 20 and honors hundreds of veterans from across the state. In addition to the eagle, the park has also added military machinery and new pillars to recognize veterans.
It's such an honor to do this for the veterans and to thank them in our own special way for their service.
Because together, they're painting more than just a statue.
It's an outlet for the way I feel,
but a chance to honor the sacrifices of Nebraska veterans.
That's the biggest satisfaction I get.
In Gordon, Casey Wannenberg, News Channel, Nebraska.
And a heartwarming holiday tradition is back at a Norfolk radio station. This year, US 92's Christmas Wishes programs received an overwhelming response and a generous donation from a local company. Hanky Hazelton has more.
Good morning, it is Caitlin hanging out with you today, and we're going to play a little Christmas music with Feliz Navidad on US 92. Feliz Navidad.
We had heard about this a couple of years ago, and we gave some money away for the gifts. But this year we wanted to partner and actually have a bigger part in the entire process.
And one of those ways they love giving back is to US 92. So depending on letters that they send to us, then we get to help grant those wishes, and with extra funds from Calm Water Financial Group, we're able to do more. We're able to do more gifts, do bigger things, and just grant more wishes in general.
To help grant those wishes, Calm Water Financial Group, made up of 11 advisors, which are certified financial planners, presented US 92 a check for $7,500 and thoroughly explained what it is they do to make things like this continue to happen.
What we like to do is start working with you at an earlier age, decide kind of where you're at as far as your retirement needs, what age you should be retiring, and then go from there.
With the help of Comwater, US 92 is able to grant 20 to 30 wishes to multiple situations depending on how much money is brought in.
Some of them we want to do more, some we don't have to do as much for, but a lot of the times we're not talking about just individual people. We're talking about family members. So sometimes these gifts go to families that have been affected by things, or maybe people who, because of something that either they've had happen to them, or maybe it's because they want to be celebrated in a certain way.
After 24 years of successfully granting many wishes throughout the community, we couldn't help but wonder, what is the feeling to not only give back, but be a part of such a unique experience?
You're reading letters, and some of these letters are really sad. There's some deep stories in there, but in the end, all it is just saying, we're trying to give back to these people and just help make Christmas a little bit brighter. And so it's just a really powerful and emotional thing that we get to do throughout Christmas. And I think it affects me emotionally, but it also affects our listeners because it's just a season of giving.
Reporting in Norfolk, Hanky Hazelton, News Channel, Nebraska.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com and click on the news tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. This is News Channel Nebraska.